Tired of manual records? Automate your laundry and dry cleaning business today with JT POS software with one click.
I'll go to product. Now you can see that there is no record found. So we're going to be creating for product for our laundry. Then I'll click on the add product. The first product I'll be adding a product named shirts. Then I'll give it a code, let's say SH. I'll hit on save. I'll create another product, trousers. Then I'll give it a code of maybe TS. I'll say save. Then I'll create another product, skirts. I'll give this a code of maybe SK. So we can create multiple services. You can create that of duvet, towels, and all products that relate to you. One necessary product I'll add logistics. I will add logistics. Then I'll give logistics a code LG and save. So this is the first thing you have to do. Under the product, under product, you can create all the products that your laundry has. So like shirts, washing, trousers, skirts, maybe duvet, towels, whatever is a product. This is where you register this product. After registering this product, you can delete. Once you click on the delete button, it is going to delete any of this product. Then once you've registered your product, you can come again to services. Then we head over to service list. Now once you click on service list, this interface is going to appear. What we want to do, we want to create our final service that we can now sell to our customers. So to add a service, I'll click. The first thing I'll do is I will click on add service. So I'm going to be creating services. Our laundry, the basic services we may render may be washing. We can have washing and ironing, and we can also have ironing. So I'm going to be creating these three services. So the first is going to be washing. Washing can be one of our services. I'll give it a code of W. I'll save this. Then I'm going to add another service, and this I'll call washing and ironing. I'll give it a code of WI. So it stands for washing and ironing. I'll save this service. I will create another service. This is going to be ironing. If you have ironing as a service separate from washing, you can create that, and I'll give it a code I. I'll save this. Then I'll go ahead again, and I will also add two services. One is going to be pickup. I'll give it a code for PK. So this is going to serve for customers that want us to come over to pick up their order. So you can create a service called pickup. I'll save this. Then we can also create another service called delivery, and I'll give this a code DV, and also I'll save this. Once I've added the services, next is to head on to this add service price. This is where we're going to be adding price to our services. So I'll click on this. Then from this drop down, we're going to see all the products we created. So if you remember, we create shirts, trousers, skirts, and logistics. So I'll be selecting shirts. I want to create a service for this shirt. Now what service code will I be adding to this? I want to create a service for washing and ironing. So I'm going to select washing and ironing. If I want to create for only washing, if I want to create price for only washing of skirts, I can select this. If it is washing and ironing, I will select this. If it is ironing of shirts alone, I can select this, but I'll just go for washing and ironing. Then you can now fix your service price. So I can say for washing and ironing of shirts, a shirt is let's say 800. Then once I've done this, I'll hit on save. Automatically you can see that this service has been created. shirt washing and ironing, the service price is 800. I will add another service out this time. Okay, let's say trousers, and washing and ironing also of trousers. Let's say it's 1,000 naira, 1,000. I'm going to hit on save, and it's going to add that to our service list. So you can see that we have washing and ironing of trousers at the rate of 1,000 per trouser. Then we can add another one. Let's add skirts. I'll select skirts. Then the service code also is washing and ironing. Then I'll enter the price. Let's say 1,000 also. So washing and ironing of skirts is 1,000. So we have these services. Then I'll add those two services under logistics. So I'll see it on add service price. I will select logistics, and under logistics I'll select pickup, and I'll give it a price of, let's say, 3,000. I'll save. Then you can see that logistics pickup has been created. I'll also add that for delivery. I'll still select logistics. Then this time I'll be selecting DV, that stands for delivery, and I'll give it a price also of 3,000. And I'll say, once we've succeeded in adding all our services, we can proceed to make sales. You can delete any of these services or edit the price. So let's edit the price of shirts. I'll hit on the edit button. Then I can change the price to, let's say, 1,000. And once I hit on update, it's going to update that price. So you can see that the price has changed from 800 to 1,000. Once we've done this, we can proceed to make sales, either by hitting this dashboard that will take us to the sales page, or you can come to, now this is the sales interface. You have sales summary. Today we haven't made any sales, amount has not been paid, there is no balance for today. Today's summary, sales today is 0 naira, expenses we haven't made any expenses, our net profit is 0. Then jobs delivered, others, we haven't delivered any job, we don't have any pending order. Registered customers, we have 2 customers registered. You can find that under register. So if I come over to the register tab and I hit on customers, you can see that we only have 2 customers registered. A walk-in customer that we're going to use to make sales for customers that may not want to register. Then we have a registered customer, John Doe, with account number JT2, while this walk-in customer has account number JT1. I'll head on to sales. Okay, let me use the dashboard. It will take me to sell. So let's make a quick sales and see how this works. If I hit on search customers, it's going to fetch out all the customers we have registered. Then I'll use John Doe for this example. He has an account number of JT2. So I will enter JT2 and hit on search. It will fetch the record of John Doe. Now we can now make sales to John Doe. I'll select the date entered is going to be today's date. Delivery date, that will now be the date we are delivering his job. Let's assume his job is going to take 3 days. By 3 days time his job should be ready. So I will select the delivery date as on Thursday 13th. I'm selecting on the 13th. So what are the services we are rendering to him? Let's assume he's bringing some shirts, skirts and trousers. So I'll select shirts. Once I've selected shirts, I'll click on select product, and from select service is going to fetch out all the services. Remember, we only registered 1 services under shirts, that is washing and ironing. So I will select washing and ironing. Then I will come to add to cart. So you can see that it has added 1 shirt to cart. Let's assume he brought 3 shirts. I can hit on add to cart. It's going to be increasing. Once I'm hitting on add to cart, it's going to increase it, or I can just come over and enter it manually to 3. Now you can see that the price is updating automatically. If I put 1 shirt, you can see that the total price is 1,000. If I delete it and make it 2, it's going to be 2,000, and make it 3, it's going to be 3,000. Then let's assume he's also adding maybe his wife skirts also. I'll hit on select product. Every product registered on the skirt is going to pop up, and so far so well. We only have 1 product registered on the skirt, and that is for 1 service registered on the skirts. and it's washing and ironing. So we're going to add this to our cart. So it has been added to cart. Let's just assume is one skirt is bringing, and the price of skirt is 1,000. Let's also assume he's also bringing trousers. I will select that and I'll add trousers. So let's assume also he's adding one trouser to what he's bringing. Then you can see. Then let's assume again he's asking us that he wants us to deliver this job when we are done. So we'll go under logistics. I'll select logistics, hit on select product. Then under logistics, I would select delivery. If he wants us to pick this up and also deliver, you can select pick up and deliver. But let's assume he brought it himself, but we are going to be delivering. So I'll select delivery and add to cart. So it's going to add the delivery fee to cart. Having done all this, we can now select mode of payment. Let's assume he's paying in cash. Is he using transfer? Is it POS? Is it cash? Is it check? Or is not paying? So all these options are available. If you select not pay, let's assume he's going to be paying on the day of delivery. I'm going to select not pay, and I'll just go ahead and generate this receipt. So he's going to be showing in his balance that he has 8,000 to balance us, and at the point of collecting his job, he has to make that payment for him to access his job. But since this is just a demo, I'm going to be selecting that he's paying in full, and the method of paying, let's say he's paying in cash, so I'll be selecting cash. Since he came himself, he just wants to clear off his debt and allow us to deliver on the day of delivery. You can now see that we're selecting cash. The total amount of this transaction is 8,000. We can give him discount, we can add discount, we can give him a discount. We can decide to give him a discount of, let's say 500. You'll see that automatically subtracting it from the total amount. So whatever discount we are giving him is going to reflect. So to make this easier, let's assume we are giving him a discount of 500. That has been subtracted from the total amount. Or if you don't want to give him any discount, you can just leave this at 0. He's paying the full total amount of 8,000. So I'm going to come in here and enter the amount he's paying. So once I enter it, it's going to be automatically subtracting the entire amount. So since we're assuming he's paying in full, I'll enter the full amount, which is 8,000, and automatically you see that you can see that there is no balance for him to pay because he has paid in full. If I remove 10, he's going to have a balance of 7,200 to balance us, but he's paying in full. Haven't done this, you've cross-checked with him that these are all the services and everything is okay. You can now hit on generate receipt. So if I hit on generate receipt, it's going to generate a receipt for this transaction. So you can see the receipt will be carrying your company's name, your address, your phone number, whatever you want it to carry. The invoice number for this transaction is 047. His name is John Doe. His account number is JT2. Date, all that is this date. Delivery date is this date. And these are all the services that we are rendering him. The total amount, customer's balance, there is no balance since he's paying in full. There was no discount. I wish we gave him a discount. It's going to reflect here. Amount paid, he paid this amount. Remaining balance, there is no remaining balance. Mode of payment is cash. Whichever payment mode is going to reflect here. Generated by admin. Whoever is generating this receipt is going to show in here. And once we are certain that everything is okay, I can click on the save button, and once I click on the sales button, it's going to generate a receipt that we can print and give to our customer. So this is the final receipt. It's the same with what I explained earlier. So I will just click on the print button. Now this is the receipt of the transaction. You can either generate this receipt in a PDF format. Let's assume I want to generate this as a PDF. So this is how it's going to look like on a PDF format. But if I have a thermal printer and I want to print this out for John Doe, I will just select thermal printer I have installed. I have the XP 8OC printer installed to my system so I'll click on this. It's going to generate this receipt on a thermal printer format. It's now showing on a thermal format, so I'll just come over here. I'll come to more setting. I'll click on more setting. Then I'll customize it to the size I want it to be. I want to select 57 by 90 mm. Once I click on this, it's going to give me a nice printout. So this is a nice printout. You can now see that everything is okay here. It's a standard receipt. This is a standard receipt that can now be printed out for your customer. You can see that all the details, this can be your company's name, your address, your phone number, invoice, and the details of what is ordering, the amount paid, and everything. So you can go ahead, and if you have a thermal printer connected to your system, you can print this, and you can print this. So I'll just cancel this, then I'll go back. Once I go back, you can now see that this transaction has been captured. Sales today, we have sales of 8,000 naira. I'm using the naira, that's a Nigeria currency. This can work with any currency in the world, but I'm using the Nigerian naira, so this is 8,000 naira. Then you have amount paid, which is 8,000 naira. Balance, we don't have any balance. I wish he is paying half of the money. We are going to be seeing that we have a balance to get from our customer, but since he paid in full, there's no balance. Or let's assume we are owing him money. It will also reflect here that we have money to pay to our customer. Then when you come to today's summary, sales today, we have made a sales of 8,000 naira. Expenses today, we haven't made any expense. Our net profit as it stands is 8,000. Delivered orders, we haven't delivered any order. Pending orders, we have one pending order, and registered customers remains 2. Paid today is 8,000. Credit paid, we don't have any credit paid. Then what you can do, let's assume it is time to deliver this job. So under transactions, you have collect, jobs, and expenses. So let's assume in the course of the day we made some expenses. Maybe we're buying detergent, so we can add that. Let's add expenses that on this date. So let's assume we're buying bleach, paid to, so what are we paying this to? Supermarket. So we're buying the bleach from the supermarket. Expense amount, let's assume it is 3,500. Amount paid by, let's assume we did transfer. Then I can put note, whatever note I want to put here. I can just say, okay, let me use this cleared by boss, and hit on save. You can see that our expense has been created on this date. Look at the date here. The expense was made. It was paid to supermarket, paid for bleach. We bought bleach. The amount was 3,500, and it was paid by transfer. Now, if we come to our dashboard, you will see that there are little changes. If you come under today's sales, you can now see that sales today is 8,000 naira. Expense today is 3,500. Then our net profit is now 4,500 because the 3,500 has been deducted from our 8,000 that we've sold. So we're now having a net profit of 4,500. So this is just a quick review. You can also, let's assume it is time for him to collect his job. We're about to deliver John Doe's job. We'll come to transaction. I'll click on collect job. Once you click on collect job, this interface is going to pop up. On this interface, we can search jobs based on invoice or account number. So if you know the invoice of the job you want to search, you can use invoice number to search. But whereby you are not sure of the invoice number, you can use account number to select all the invoices from a customable date that the customer has made. So let's assume I can't remember the invoice number of the transaction for John Doe. I'll select account number. I remember his account number is JT2. Then I can select a customable date. Let's assume I want to search all his job from on the 1st of this month to current date, and I'll click on search. So it's going to bring out all the job from the customable date. Since he has only done one job with us, that is why this is appearing. So you can see that his name is appearing here, his account number. So the invoice number is 047. So since I know that the invoice number of this job is 047, I can still search using invoice number. So let's still search out this job using invoice number. I would enter the invoice number here, 047. Then I can select date, customable date. Okay, I'll just select today. Since I know it's today, I'll select today to today. So I'm searching from today to today. And once I click on search, it is still going to search this record out. Now you have under delivery is to be delivered on the 13th of March 2025. Then the status of this job is pending. That means we've not delivered. Then we have actions here. We have view, we have print, and we have delete. So you can delete this invoice. Only admin can do this. Users can't do this. Under user's account, a user cannot delete record, except what they can. If you want us to customize, say for users to delete record, we can do that. But users are not given the privilege to delete record on their own interface. Then you can view the full transaction detail of this job. If I click on view, it's going to bring out all the details relating to this transaction. So you can see our name of company showing here, the names appearing here, John Doe, his account number, the invoice number, date order, and date to be delivered, and all the services contained in the invoice. You can see receipt history. The total amount for this transaction was 8,000. Customer balance 0 naira. There was no discount given. Amount paid, this was the amount he paid. Remaining balance, no remaining balance. Mode of payment was cash, and it was generated by admin. Footnotes, there's no footnote here. Then credit history. Let's assume for this transaction he paid 4,000, and maybe like today that he wants to collect this job, he's now paying the balance. So that balance is paying here will now reflect here that he has paid the 4,000 that is left for him to pay, and the date is going to show here the time that payment was made, the mode he used in paying his debt, the status of his job is still on pending because he has not collected it, and whoever collected that money is also going to appear here that okay, this money was collected by this user. Then I will go now to give him this job. Let's assume he wants to collect this job. Now let's assume we are done with his job and he is to collect this job. What I will do, I will just enter the invoice number of that job, which is 047, and I'll select again the customable date. I'm saying today to today, and I'll search. Now this time around, to process this order, let's assume we are done with it. I'm going to click on this print action. He wants to collect, we want to deliver his job. His job is ready for delivery. I'll click on print button, and this is going to generate his receipt for print. So you can see that all the details are appearing here. So the most important thing to verify at this point in time, whoever is carrying out the final order has to verify that this customer is not owing any money. So the total amount is 8,000. We didn't give him any discount. Amount paid is 8,000. You have to now check if he has any remaining balance. So as you can see that his balance here is 0. That means he's not owing. So we are good to deliver this job. If there is any message you want to add to this receipt, you can add it. I can just put a message. So I'll add this footnote. Whatever note, maybe if the customer has any complaint, you can add customer complaint or whatever you want to add here, that the job is okay. Next time, if there's any complaint that the customer is making, you can add it to it. But I just want to add Mr. Sam is delivering the job today. Then let's assume that's what I want to add. I'll click on save. Once I click on save, it is going to generate the final delivery receipt. So this is now the final receipt that will be printing out for our customer, that will be handed over to him alongside his job, containing all his order. So I'll go ahead and print this. So this is the final receipt carrying all the info. So as you can see, everything is intact. So this is the final receipt that has been generated. So you can see that all the details of this receipt are now displaying here. You can see the total of this, the discount, the paid amount, the balance, the payment mode, cash, and everything has been generated, which you can go ahead and print, or we can generate as a PDF. If you want to send this as a PDF, you can put this in a PDF format. So we can generate this as a PDF that you can forward to your customer. Now coming back to our software, I'll go back, and once I do this, if I now search that same invoice again, selecting from today to today, and I click on search, and if I click on, you can now see that the status have changed to deliver. That means we'll deliver this job. This job has now been delivered. It has changed from pending to deliver. If I now click on view, you're going to see that it has updated this view receipt. You can now see that the status have changed to deliver. You can now see the footnotes here is going to be appearing here that Mr. Sam is delivering the job today. So you can now view every invoice to see everything is okay. So these are the things you can be doing wherever. So you can have access to this wherever you are in the world. You can be seeing all this, what is going on in your business premises, whether you're around or you're not around. You can monitor every transaction. Now I'm going to go ahead and make another transaction. So let's go to our dashboard. you can now see that we have one delivered order. So it's now showing that we have delivered one job, the money remained this amount, and everything is intact. Let's assume John Doe is doing another transaction, so I will search him again, J2, using John Doe. I'll be searching him and I'll click on search. Then here you can add deposit. Let's assume John Doe is not doing any services. Let's assume John Doe wants to pay money into his account. That feature is also available on the software. I'll click on add deposit. Let's assume he wants to pay in 20,000 that he can be using for subsequent transaction. This allows that to happen. So we have 20,000. We'll click on save. He's going to add it to his deposit. You can see that deposit successful. To say okay, it's going to update our dashboard. You can now see that we have a credit deposit of 20,000. You can now see that deposit which he made is now reflecting here. Deposit of 20,000 is now reflecting here. Let's assume after making this deposit, he now wants to make a transaction. If we select him now, JT2, if we select his account number and click on search, you will see that money is going to be reflecting in his account. His account balance from 0 has been updated to 20,000. He can now use from this money to book or order a service. Let's see how that works. Let's assume he's bringing more shirts, and I'm going to click on select product and I'll add to. So let's assume he's bringing 5 shirts for us to wash and iron, and you can now see that the 5,000, the total of this transaction is 5,000. You can see that the customer has a balance of 20,000 and the total amount of this transaction is 5,000. It has automatically deducted it from his balance. He now has a current balance of 15,000. The 5,000 has been deducted from the 15,000. So if I go ahead and generate this receipt, you can see what is happening here. That shirt for washing and ironing is bringing 5 pair of shirts, and the total is 5,000. If you come over to total amount for this is 5,000. Since our customer has a balance of 20,000, there was no discount given. Amount paid, he didn't pay any money because he has a balance. His remaining balance is now 15,000 with us, and this was generated by admin. If we go on save, you can go ahead and print this receipt that can be given to the customer or generate it as a PDF. But since we've done this, I'm going to go back. If I go back, you can now see that we have a pending order. We have one pending order from this transaction. Then what I want to do, I will come under report. So let's now see what happens under report. Under report, I can view sales report. So under here, this is where you can now see you can generate reports for sales, expenses, and you can calculate your profit for a particular range of time. It can be daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly as the case may be. So let's look at our sales report for today. So I'll select on sales, I'll select today's date, and I'll also select today's date. And once I click on search, it's going to search out all the sales that we have made for a particular date based on our search input. So you can see that we made 2 sales, and we made 2 sales for John Doe. The first one with invoice number 047 has this money. The total is 8,000. He paid 8,000. He doesn't have any balance. There was no discount, and it has been delivered. You can see that the second order here is 5,000. He didn't pay any money because he has 20,000. Then he has a balance of 15,000 with us, and this order is pending. So that is how you can view sales report for each day. All the sales reports can be generated, and you can see what has happened in order for you to know how much you are expecting. If we come over to expenses, I'm going to be printing. You can print this report. You can print this report by clicking on print. You click on print this. You can print this report. So you can see that your sales report for today has been generated. You can save this as a PDF, or you can print it. If your computer or your phone is connected to a printer, you can print it out in hard copy. You can save this as a PDF, or you can print it out in hard copy if your phone or laptop is connected to a printer. So I'm going to close this. I'll close this print. Then the next thing we can do, we can also print expense report. So I'm going to be selecting expenses from this custom date from on the 10th to on the 10th, and I'll click on search. It's going to bring out all the expenses that has been made. You can see the expense that we made. We paid to supermarket for bleach, and the amount is 3,500 and the mode is transfer. This was cleared by boss, and the date, you can see the date is reflecting here, and this was done by admin. You can also print out these expense report or download it in CSV format, whichever you want to do. Then the last thing we can print under the sales report is our profit report. So I can select a customable date. I'll select today and today, and when I click on search, it's going to bring out the profit report. So you can see that today we have made a sales of 13,000. We made a total expenses of 3,500. So we now have a profit of 9,500. So let's assume sales is ending as it stands. You should be having 9,500 at the end of sales for today. So if you're not having 9,500, you can now begin to carry out your audit to find out what exactly happened that you're not getting this amount. So we'll go to the next feature on that report, which is jobs. Under jobs, you can view delivered jobs and pending jobs. So let's assume we want to view delivered jobs. I'm going to select here from the 10th. You can customize the date from any date to any date. I'll just be using today's date, and I'll click on search. You discover that one job is coming up. That is that of John Doe that we delivered from that invoice 047. You can now see that it's showing that this job has been delivered. Then if we select pending job, also from on the 10th, so on the 10th, and hit on search, it's going to bring out any pending job. We have one pending job, invoice number 049, with these you can see the total amount paid and all the details. Then under report again, we're going to look at statement. So under statement, you can view statement of account also from a particular range of dates. You can view all, or you can select a particular account number. But let's look at all. If I select all, and I want to see statement from on the 10th, which is today to today. I want to see the payment from today to today. I'll just select all and click on search. It's going to bring out all the payment. So today we have a payment that was made by John Doe, which is, you can see his account number from this invoice 047. He deposited an amount of 20,000. So you can see that deposit of 20,000 that was made is also reflecting. So you can now see that someone deposited 20,000. So you should be having this money added to this money also. So you can now see that a deposit of 20,000 was made. Then on that report also, you can look at statement of customer. Want to see statement of customer? So account number is JT2. I will select his statement of account from today to today, since we have only done transaction. He has only done transaction today. And when I click on search customer's account, it's going to bring up all the details.
Features: track multiple customer orders efficiently, provide clear invoices, charge per item, store customer details, offer repeat service discounts, accept cash, POS, transfers, check, manage costs and monitor revenue growth. You can choose between the offline and online version. You can access it on your phones. Monitor the general activities of your business from the admin panel. Perform backup and restore and lots more. Get a customized quote today. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Subscribe now for more software demos. Contact us for pricing and demo. YouTube, J Technology Solutions. WhatsApp, +2348130441827. Email, jtechnologysolutions@gmail.com. Facebook, J Technology Solutions. Don't wait, take your business to the next level with JT POS Software.